next half hour for anybody who has questions for us. So I'm Ashley Pash, the Director of Product Program. Let me turn my screen on. Sorry, I'm in the office and my hair is wild today. I'm Ashley Pash. I'm the Director of Product Program. Elaine Gill and Tashiana Avery are also on. They are our product program managers. And so if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand, put it in the Q&A, or put it in the chat box. We have all of those open. We will be answering them out loud. So we'll read your question off and then we'll answer it out loud so that we have that as in our recording. We are recording today. Our recordings take a couple of days to end up on the website, but they are working to get out there. And we will be sharing it via eBuddy once it is on YouTube. Any questions? Can you all, did my screen go?
I think your screen went out, Ashley.
Yeah, okay, there it goes. I have, oh, I'm so sorry. My spare screen unplugged itself. Can you all see that now?
I can see that now, Ashley.
Okay, great. I do have one question in the Q&A. When is money due for cookie orders? So if you reference your Quick Bites guide, the calendar is in there. The first time that money is due for cookies is March 4th or 3rd. 50% of what you still owe council will be due. So all your credit cards that have come in from Digital Cookie, all Digital Cookie orders, all that money will be counting toward your cookie bill up until that point. And then on the sales report tab, there is an amount you owe council, so the very bottom right. That 50% of that number comes out of your bank account on March 3rd. And then we wrap the sale on March 12th, do all the cleanup, you troops order rewards. And then on March 24th, we take the rest of the amount that you owe. And in that amount, like any cookie reward, excess things that you bought. So if you earn t-shirts and you bought, for t-shirts, if you earn that at that $2.50 per girl average level, every selling girl and 2 adults get t-shirts, but we have the opportunity for you to buy other adult t-shirts for $15 a shirt. And so those would just be added in before we took that final payment, those little things like that. Do I have, do I have any other questions? All right, I do see that we have a third attendee. If you have any questions for us, this is just an opportunity for the next half an hour to ask any of your cookie questions or get any kind of cookie help that you might need from the product program team. And if you don't have any, you don't feel like you have to stay, people can come and go for the half an hour. Any digital questions or banking? All right. There's a question about digital cookie and how to, let's see, when I go to, I see I have a lot of orders to be approved in digital cookie, but when I go to the page, it shows girl, it's showing 0 for everyone. Where can I see which orders need approval? Leah, are you logging into your troop view? If so, I'm gonna, well, no, screen. Yeah, I want screen 1. I was going to pull up screen 1, share. I was gonna pull up digital cookie. Okay, great. So from the troop view, let me log in. Can you guys see my digital cookie now? Are you seeing that screen, Elaine?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if I log into my troop view here, if I go, I'm guessing you're seeing this here. If you look at the delivery orders pending approval, if you click on that, orders to approve are right here. So you can see that for this troop, Mackenzie has 1 order to approve and Adria has 1. I can drop it down. I was hoping that I could see, I could click in. It just tells you which girl, I should say. So then you could reach out to the parent. The other, yeah, the other way is to, well, no, yep, I cannot drill. I thought I could drill in, I apologize. You cannot, but you can see which parents need to approve and reach out to those parents. Did that help? I want to make sure that was actually helpful. Oh, it does say 0 orders, but on your dashboard, the delivery orders, because there's delivery orders pending delivery, so that means they've approved them. And then until they get the cookies, once you get the cookies and deliver them, you'll be able to mark them as delivered. And the delivery orders pending approval. So are the, let me, do you, pending approval? Do you mind emailing me your, I guess my question is, do you mind emailing me and letting me change your password so I can go in and see what you're seeing? And we can work on that offline. Awesome. Thanks, Leah. Any other questions? I don't see anything in the chat or the Q&A. I was going to see if I had a lag, but no, I don't have a lag for my daughter. All right, Jenna, Melissa, any questions you might have, or are you just on hoping if other people have questions that you didn't realize you needed the answer to? I know that can always be, I sit in on calls all the time thinking, I don't know what I need to know. Awesome, Jenna. Yep, I can't blame you. Welcome. Hopefully this year is going pretty okay for you so far. Cookies can be a lot, but we're always working to try and make it as smooth as possible, even though it is a lot. next week we'll talk about, next Tuesday night, we'll talk about starting inventory order and cookie delivery. I don't know if you all have seen the starting inventory order tool and have any questions about it. We'll go over that again next week, but I'm happy to go over any like initial order questions you might have at the moment, or questions about delivery and what to expect with cookie delivery, signing up for cookie booth, that kind of a thing. Jenna asked, once you submit the initial order, the starting inventory order, are you able to order more? So on the the starting inventory order, so that initial order tab, that's your first big delivery. Cupboards open on February 14th. Let me, can you see my eBuddy screen, Elaine?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me jump to, I should have just logged in as my personal email. So once you've submitted your initial order, once we move into cupboard season, which starts February 14th, this will have an ad. I guess I probably do want to go from a council level so you can see the ad button. You'll be able to add a transaction and order from any of our cupboards. And as we get into early February, you can pull that cupboard report right now so you can see where they're going to be on your reports tab. There's this cupboard report right here. But you'll be able to, on the transactions tab, add a transaction. And so you'll pick which cupboard you want to go to. Right now, they don't all have hours for you to pick from, but and then I would pick what day and time I wanted, put my order in over here and click save, and be able to pick that up from the cupboard. There is a 48, we ask that troops do their best. So that it's locked at 48 hours. If you need cookies within that like 2-day window, you can call that cupboard and see if they have them. But we do ask for 48 hours only because cupboards can only hold so many. So depending on the cupboard, they hold anywhere from like about 600 cases to 11,000, depending on the one here at the office holds 11,000 cases. So it's a lot easier for you to call and just be like, hey, I need blah, 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 blah. Do you have it? But some of our smaller ones, especially, we need that 48 hours to like see what orders are coming in, put an order into our third-party vendor, which is Plains Moving and Storage, and then they go out and make sure that we get that stocked, and so that we can cover all those troop orders. So you'll be able to put that order in. You can actually send anybody you want to the cupboard, so it doesn't have to be you. Especially being a newer troop, if you have a parent who's gonna be willing just to do that level of work, you can, go to the contacts tab. If you add there, you can do this drop down and do a troop cookie pickup only user. This will allow them to get a login and a password. And so they can get into the app and sign for the cookies, but they can't order cookies. They can't mess with booths on accident. So if you have a parent that you would really like them to do that job for you, or they're willing to do that for you, I would definitely suggest asking for that kind of help. Question on digital cookie. For customers, it shows troops receive cookies from the baker on 220. So Melissa, that GSUSA worded that so weirdly, and I think almost every council's complained about that. We still do get them January 30th through February 5th. They were trying to build in time for caregivers and girls to have time to get it from their troops, sort it down, and get it to customers. But I agree, it is worded very weirdly. And I'm one of, I think, at least 50 councils that I've seen put a request in to change that language for 2024. So yeah, I think that's just that was their hope, is that they would alleviate caregivers being hounded by their customers, but I think everyone I've talked to is like, why did that say that? Anything else you guys ladies want to see? We have 15 minutes before this is over. I don't feel like anybody else is going to hop on, or if you're good, we can hop off. Happy to walk you through really any question you have. Booth signups start on Monday night at 6 p.m. The way that booths work is the first night you get 2 booths at 2 different chains, which means if I click sign up for a council booth, let's say we're still loading them in, so it looks sparse, but I promise you there's a ton of Walmarts approved, and we have to key all that in on the back side. It takes a little bit of time. But so that would mean that like I could sign up for 1 Lowe's and 1 Joann Fabrics. So if I click on Joann Fabrics here, let's say I want Saturday the 25th, I would click my troop number in there and hit submit. If there's nothing, if it's all full and I'm interested in knowing if a troop drops the booth, I can click email me if slots open. And then what happens is all troop contacts get emailed, or I should say troop leaders and troop cookie managers get an email if any slots open. You can log back in and do that. And so on Monday night, you get two different chains. On Tuesday night, you get 2 more, 2 different chains. On Wednesday night, you get 11 more. And there's no cap on chains. So you could sign up for 2 Walmart booths back to back that night if you were interested in that, or 2 different Walmart booths in general. And then you can also do all of that from your mobile app. So you don't have to be sitting in front of your computer to do that. And if I can jump to mobile here, let's see if I can make this big enough. You would do that right here from the booths, sign up for a council booth. I have 2 questions here. Is it easy to cancel those booths if we signed up and then no one is available? Absolutely. So let me jump back to council. And then I can actually sign up and unsign up because of my level. So if I go in and I sign up for Joann Fabrics on Sunday at 10 a.m. and I submit that, let's say nobody can work it and my girls have, and then so it's sitting here now. It's showing me here's everything you signed up for. If you put non-hotspots in, the same thing happens. Everything, all your booths, whether they be ones you signed up for at council level or non-hotspot you put into the cookie finder, show up here. So you can click update time. It'll take you back. You click that, you click submit, and it takes you out of there. So that it's no longer a sign up for you. I would just suggest, so each service unit also handles that a little differently from a notification standpoint. So if you're on a service unit Facebook page, you might start seeing other troops going, hey, we had this sign up. If anybody wants it, I would rather let you work it and leave my troop signed up for it, to like try and help out their sister troops. Or I'm going to drop it by 5. So like if I hear from you by tomorrow at 5, I'll leave it in there. If I don't hear from you by tomorrow, and nobody from tomorrow at 5, I'm going to assume nobody in the service unit wanted it. I'm going to drop it. So you might start seeing that happen. Let's see, we plan on doing several local non-hotspot cookie booths. Are there any recommendations for inventory needed per booth? Wondering how many extras you would recommend for initial order to ensure we have enough per booths. Melissa, it depends on the booth that I'm working. So sometimes the non-hotspots that my daughter's troop secures are actually better just because they're local, right? So that like mom and pop feel, that community feel, people are always frequenting it because it's a community thing and they want to support it. So just kind of, it's like hit and miss. Walmart will always be the prime location to try and be at a booth. However, all the booths that we have secured at a council level or at a national level have been secured for us. Those are outside booths. Those locations often won't let people in inclement weather. They sometimes do. So then the other perk of a non-hotspot mom and pop really is that maybe they'll let you inside no matter the weather, right? If it's raining, you still can sell cookies. If it's really, really cold, you still can sell cookies. If you, I would ask, so the ones that you've secured, I would ask other troops in your area if they've ever worked them. I usually take at minimum somewhere between like 80 and 100 packages to any booth, with a variety mix. I think I put that in the booth. Yeah, it's in the booth training this year, and you can find that. I know they were working on getting that on our website. and we'll share it out in next week's newsletter. But the variety, yeah, right here it is under eBuddy training. So the variety breakdown, let me see if I can here it is. Here's the variety breakdown of what we sold last year as a whole. So you could grab that. I would do it by roughly that variety breakdown and then kind of just keep track of what you're doing. So my troop leader actually keeps track of all of our booths year to year, and then she figures out what our variety breakdown is just for our booth cookies and not for all of our sales. However, I would just like talk to those local troops and see if they have worked it before and if they know, because I've also been at a Walmart where I've had to call the troop cookie dad and have him bring me more cookies. I've been at a mom and pop where we've had to call and get more cookies because it was a really busy day. If you put those in eBuddy for us to approve as a non-hotspot, like for us to like approve it, then it goes into the cookie finder. So any hotspots in your area, if somebody is using the cookie finder by their zip code, they'll also get all your non-hotspots. So you're able to be, equal competition with all the hotspots that are in that finder for customers. Is there a time frame on girls to work booths? That's really up to you and your caregivers. I have a daughter who I've been working for council for 11 years and she's only 13. So she watched cookies for a long time and couldn't wait to sell them. And when we were kindergartners, buddy, she would stand out in the cold for like 4 hours at a time. She didn't want to go home. She was very excited. Now she's 13 and really hates working booths, right? She's really just like, no, thank you. It's cold outside. But so that's really up to you, your parents. Oftentimes when they're, I don't know how old your girls are, but when my girls were younger, we would bring like little handheld, like not video games, but like those like cute little games where they can like push the bubbles up and like try to get the rings on the, just something to like keep them a little bit distracted if it wasn't very busy, so they weren't like climbing the walls. Because one time they were like trying to climb the outside of a Walmart and I was like, no. And then Jenna asked, how do we request a booth at a location not listed? So Jenna, if they are not on our hotspot list, and this will go out in next week's newsletter as well. If you go to, you can just call. Most troops just call and say, hey, or walk in and say, hey, I'm a local troop. We'd like to have a cookie booth. Do you guys allow that? Because like on a national level, Pet Supplies Plus has an insurance policy against that. However, a lot of our Pet Supplies Plus we see go in as non-hotspots every year because their local managers don't care, but corporate won't give us as an organization the approval. But if you go to Cookie Central, go to For Volunteers, come down here to cookie booths, this community cookie booth request form is a really great form that you can, the fillable PDF, so you can put their business name here or their personal name if you know the GM, and then what dates your booths run from, and then your contact information as the troop cookie manager. So if you go in to talk to a manager and they're not there, you could leave this for them. I know a lot of people who just like call their local pet stores, gas stations. All of the gas station chains also have insurance policies against us being out there, but consistently we are approving gas stations who
Ashley?
their GMs don't care. Yep.
So could you also show Jenna how she would request that in eBuddy?
Oh, how to put it into, yep. So if you put it in eBuddy, so once you've gotten approval from a location, you're going to click add or edit troop booth sales. So that's considered a troop booth sale according, like eBuddy renamed it. So you're going to add, you're going to put the business name, the address. You can put contact information, you cannot put contact information. We are just going through and making sure that, and then the date, the start time and the end time, and it's gonna force you into pending, and then you'll hit save. And then what happens on the back side, we pull that every morning. And we look at, one, are they kid friendly? Are they family friendly? So nobody's trying to sell at a bar that isn't a like family restaurant with a bar inside of it, but it's just a full bar. Nobody's trying to sell at any kind of like adult store because people, like we've had some weird requests. But then we also pull that list and we cross-reference to make sure that like your troop and another troop didn't talk to two different managers at the same location and are somehow set up for the same time. That last year only happened one time with one location. in our entire council, where like the assistant manager approved one troop and the GM approved another. We let the troops know that it had happened, and they were able to work out a different schedule with the store to make sure that everybody got booth time. But so that's the two things we're doing kind of on the backside to approve those. Any
Thank you, Ash.
other questions? Yeah, thank you. I have a question for non-hotspots. Can we enter that at any time? Is there a limit? Melissa, there is no limit. You can enter it at any time. We won't start probably looking at those and approving them until after we get all of our hotspots in. So sometime late next week, once hotspots are really like fully keyed in and signed up for, we'll start approving those. We do just require 72 hours. So if you secure a non-hotspot, let's say today you secured one for tomorrow, just give customer care a call. They can get it in and approve for you, or they'll get you to Tashiana. She'll get it in and approve for you. But we have that 72 hours just so we have time to kind of cross-reference that list, make sure nobody's double booked anywhere. Yeah, thank you. If you guys have any other questions, we've got a few more minutes left. All right, well, thank you. If you guys have any questions, as always, reach out to customer care, 317-924-6800. I think they're almost fully caught up. I know if you were on Tuesday night, they were definitely at like 1,000 cases just about cookies. Some of it about training, just being done with training, some of it about password issues with systems. So they've been really quiet over there today. So I think they're pretty well caught up, and if not, they'll pass you along to us and we'll get you answered. Thank you so much. Have a good day.